Okay, any questions? Yeah.
Senator Sanders, you were in that briefing where the administration laid out their thought process for this attack. You described it as the evidence being lacking. You put air quotes around imminent. If you could, as much as you can, realizing that it's a classified briefing, go into the specifics by why you thought their evidence was thin, and what more you'd like to see from the administration about their response here.
Ryan, you don't have to take my word for it. I think you can hear what several Republican senators who were in that hearing had to say. Hear what Mike Lee had to say, what Rand Paul had to say. Those are guys I don't always agree with. Bottom line is, we did not hear that there was any imminent attack being planned against the United States, period. Yes.
On the topic of the briefing, were there particular briefers or members of the administration that you were disappointed with?
I was disappointed with the overall quality of the briefing. Yes.
You mentioned the Iraqi parliament vote to kick out U.S. forces.
Yep.
If you win the election, how long would you want to keep U.S. forces in Iraq?
Look, I have, I voted against the war in Iraq. I voted against the first Gulf War. I will do my best as president to bring our troops home as soon as possible, but I will not do it through a tweet. I will not do it by creating a situation where we get kicked out of the country. What we need to do is work with the government of Iraq, work with other allies in the region, and make sure that in an orderly way we bring our troops home. Yes.
Given where the situation is now, what steps do you think President Trump needs to take at this point to resolve these tensions?
I think, first of all, he needs to understand and come to Congress and say, I have read the Constitution of the United States, and I have no intention of engaging in warfare unless I have authorization from the United States Congress. That would be the most important thing that he could do. Yes, sir.
Why has Congress in the last 10 or 15 years been so reluctant?
That is a great question. That is an excellent question, and I think it is fair to say this is not a new problem, and somebody else can jump in as well. I mean, I think perhaps the answer has been the fear that somebody will be seen as being soft on terrorism, not prepared to defend the troops, or whatever. But the truth is, we have seen under Republican and Democratic administrations, Congress not utilizing its responsibility under the Constitution of the United States. And I am very, very happy, as members here have mentioned, that as a result of the disastrous, horrific, Saudi-led intervention in Yemen, which has cost the lives of tens of thousands of poor people in a desperate country, finally, the House and the Senate did the right thing. Unfortunately, that was vetoed by the president, but we finally used the authorization of the War Powers Act to do the right thing. Okay, yeah.
Are any of you going to be calling for the intelligence, any of it to be declassified and then made public, or even just certain parts of it?
Well, I think as much information as the American people can receive is certainly justified. Anyway, I've been doing all the talking here.
Well, I just want to call your attention to one statement that the Pentagon publicly issued right after the assassination and the military strikes. Their statement said that, and this was the final conclusion of their statement, the final paragraph in their statement was that the military action was conducted to prevent and deter, and I'm paraphrasing the statement, I don't have it right in front of me, but to prevent or deter future attacks. Now, as it relates to the imminent threat, I'm still trying to understand what future attacks meant. Did this mean imminent? Did it mean past? Did it mean current? Did it mean future? And so I would hope that the press drills down a little bit with the Pentagon to ask them, because they did not use the term imminent threat in their initial statement right after the attack. And also, just with regard to why Congress has been missing in action in many respects, I think Senator Sanders is absolutely correct in terms of the notion that reining in any president would mean that we are soft on terrorism, which we are not. And I believe that the public has been way ahead of members of Congress, and now the voice of the people are being heard very clearly, very loudly, that they do not want another war.
I'm gonna have to run and see if I can catch a boat. I don't know. Okay. All right, thank you.
We have to reset the room for the 11:30 news conference with Senator Grassley and others on USMCA. We'll have another news conference almost immediately.